Hello, Collective, and welcome to the Humble Sage. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. Please be welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for supporting my channel. Very much appreciated. Today, Collective, we're going to do a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And it's a timeless reading, so whenever it finds you, it's for you at that time. However, if you are finding this reading during December 2023, I'd like to wish you a very happy Christmas. To all of you who might be feeling a little bit alone or that are not feeling very Christmassy, just know that you're not the only ones, okay? You're not the only ones, Collective. That's all right, For all the people who are finding it at a different time, I wish that you're safe and happy and well. Know your worth, Collective, you know. It may not be a glamorous Christmas. It may not be a glamorous time of year. You may not have any money in your bank account in your pocket. You may just have the clothes on your back and a few things, but at least you can say that you're alive, and that's what's important, Collective. Be grateful for a roof over your head, clothes on your back, food in your stomach, and a warm bed to sleep in. And isn't that the truth, Collective? That your needs are always met by the universe. Our wants come and go, It might be Christmas, you might say, well, I want a drink. No, you know what? It's not the end of the world not having a drink over Christmas. You may have quit smoking, like I have recently. And they say, well, I really want a cigarette. But you know what? The universe provided Nicorette and patches. So, just think about the end of it, Times like this are what create character in you, right? Where you can have some resolve and just relax. Here we are, Collective. First card out, the Nine of Swords. Powerful energy to start. Let's keep going. This can speak about a spiritual awakening. It can speak about psychic attacks or spell work, ritual work being sent at you. That all of these swords are what help you. This negativity, perhaps. Poor Gemini, get all these cards. But you look at this, and what it speaks about to me. This at the base here looks like the Four of Swords, the platform that they're on, the tomb, and it's like it doesn't look very comfy at all. So if somebody out there is going through difficulty and they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, just know, Collective, that just ask the universe, ask the universe, Spirit Divine, ask angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. And an answer could just be right there in front of you. This could most definitely be spellwork, Collective. King of Cups, Strength. So whatever it is, Collective, it seems like you're overcoming it. It could be like a missed opportunity here, maybe, or something like a dark night of the soul because you feel you didn't go through a rite of passage in some way. But just remember, Collective, when we look at divine detours, when we look at sometimes things don't work out for our highest good, it doesn't mean to say that you can't have that thing, but other aspects of life have to work out in the meantime. I think the best analogy I was given, Collective, a long time ago was think of uh, a children's toy, right? Baby's toy, and it's like a sphere, right? And you put the shapes in it. Well, you can be, say, the shape of a square for the time being, right? And you want your life to look like the shape of a triangle. Well, the universe has to move the sphere around, and indeed, the the square is not going to fit in the triangle. So in the meantime, you have to change, and the world around you has to change in order for you to have that shape, for you to fit through that shape, right? For you to fit through that whole of shape. And that can speak about life. You want greatness? Well, just sitting there isn't going to achieve anything, right? You get qualified or you get experience. You learn from people with more experience than you. Indeed, you reach out. You have to change your behavior because you are the change that you want to see in the world. And you can see that's occurring here with the King of Cups. This takes a level of emotional intelligence, a level of integrity to get to this point. It's the realm of Bria, right? It's your balanced emotions. And they can be thrown off sometimes by spiritual energy that's thrown at you, or maybe psychic, whatever it may be, Collective. It can be thrown at you, and it's not necessarily from other people. It can sometimes be just thrown at you, right? It can be the atmosphere in the people around, and you actually don't realize it until you feel just a little bit off when you leave, or when you leave the room for whatever reason, and you understand then that it's not exactly your energy. You're just taking on, especially if you're empathic, you could just be taking on other people's energy. If it is people throwing things at you, right, throwing energy work at you, when we look over here, collective at strength, right? It's like these people are just showing themselves, right? Because if you have to try to assert yourself over other people, then that just shows your true character. And well, why would you need to behave like that unless you had your own insecurities, right? So those people that are throwing at you, collective, clearly have their own insecurities. And that's their problem, not yours. Particularly when we look at strength here and the Page of Cups, it's like their lack of authenticity has what has led to this psychic attack. And that's kind of sad, right? I get attacks all the time, collective. But you know what? You alchemize that energy, and essentially, you understand that you are your own character, right? No matter spell what the people throw at you is going to change your character. This could do with something to do with love here, right? What I'm also seeing in the collective is this King of Swords in reverse. If this is God, the universe, spirit, divine, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides, then it's like someone may have tried to cut you away from your ancestors here. Someone tried to disconnect you, maybe um, from perhaps they attacked your crown chakra. Perhaps it's something. Yeah, I mean, it could be they try to block a new beginning here. Try to because this King of Swords is a truth seeker, so it could be they try to block you, collective, from finding the truth. But inevitably, if the King is here, then you already know the truth, collective. Yeah, with the lovers, like I just said, the lovers at the bottom of the deck. It could be something pertaining to love, and that's kind of silly because, like, if it's already exposed, and the collective more than likely are in their higher mind. Therefore, you're already getting an intuitive hits, collective, whether you're divine masculine, divine feminine, whether you're a healer, perhaps you're an earth angel, perhaps it is that you see things from a high mind anyway, from a psychological standpoint, you're not necessarily spiritual. Perhaps you're religious and you see things from multiple points of view and you have so much experience in the world within your own realm anyway that you can discern as you go. You have a level of discernment, no matter what your beliefs are. That's part of our natural intuition, that's part of our natural being, collective. That's something that no one can take away from you. And it's kind of silly to think that somebody will try to block your crown chakra. That's just stupid. But let's keep on going. I'm curious to see what this center column over the past few days has been very interesting. Yeah, this Knight of, yeah, what did I just say, collective? Right, and the Ten of Pentacles, they tried to stop what it looks like. This can be, yeah, with it, what did I just say about spell work? Right, it could, they are blocking an opportunity because this can speak about acquiring the light. In this sense, underneath the King of Cups, we could speak about the light as being an emotional truth. It could also be more than that. It could be your understanding of who you are, because in the upright, this is slow and steady wins the race every time. Is a knight, so it's movement. This can be the creation of your universe, like you're actually taking steps towards your ambitions. And it could be they try to block that for somebody, whoever you are, collective, or somebody that you know, perhaps. And especially when we look at the Ten of Pentacles and the Moon in reverse, like whatever it was has been revealed. Like whatever spell work they were doing behind the scenes has been exposed, or whatever shady their behavior they were getting up to. Like if this is a spiritualist, like a fake spiritualist or something like that. And with the moon energy here, like these are both Pisces energy, and it's like whoever this is, I imagine this could be them, collective. What they've done is reflected that behavior with the King of Swords, with a sword here. That behavior has been reflected back at them, and now they're lost in the murky Neptunian waters that they tried to create for somebody else. Excuse me, this is Cancer. No, it was right, Pisces energy, right? It's like they are now lost in their own doings. And that's a shame, really, because when people lie, they have to keep on lying and lying. And when they can't keep up with it, then they make out like you're the problem. And that's kind of sad, but it's not up to you, collective. And when I say sad, I don't mean to come across as patronizing. Though, collective, we don't owe people want to come at us for no reason. We don't owe them anything at the end of the day, but we can have compassion and empathize and say, well, these things come about in life, right? If people want to behave immaturely, then that's their problem. If, I saw a saying a few days ago, or a couple of days ago even, it said, always be wary of the people that attack you and then they turn around and make out that they're the victim, right? Always be wary of that because that just shows how insecure they are within themselves, right? People trying to block your opportunities and perhaps, in this sense, trying to make you feel weak within yourself and trying to block you away from your own Ten of Pentacles, from your own creation. This can also speak about how perhaps they try to destroy your support network here with this 10 and try to, and your wisdom, right? That's another way to disconnect you from the universe. It doesn't have to be ritual work. It can be mental magic. It can be manipulation in that sense, dark psychology, or however they emotionally manipulate people. It may work on the yokels, but it doesn't work on people who, even if you've lived with a narcissist your entire life, you've seen every trick in the book. You know, and it's just kind of laughable that they're actually in front of you still behaving the same way and thinking that they can still get away with it. And you're just kind of like, you know, like, why would you need to do that? But, you know, it's okay. I mean, whatever. If there are still people believe those lies, then okay, they've got those people fooled. But it's no reflection of your behavior, so why would you need to engage with that? You see my point, collective? Down here with the Two of Pentacles, excuse me, and the High Priestess. Like I said, someone's seeing through this. See what I'm saying, collective? They try to destroy the Ten of Cups is one of my favorite cards, and you can see here, yeah, they tried. Look at this. This Two of Pentacles. They tried to destroy. Like the collective already had this harmonious change coming, but they tried to block this Ten of Cups. But this Ten of Cups is inevitably going to happen anyway, because if the King is in the upright here, this King of Cups, well, the King of Cups is a ruler of Briar. They understand the Cup's energy. So whatever work they tried to do behind the scenes here to create this Ten of Swords was folly. Because if this King of Cups has evolved, because the change always starts from within. So the King of Cups has evolved to the point now that they're in on their throne. They understand their emotional state. They become more emotionally intelligent and they have that integrity, right? So this Ten of Cups in reverse they try to create by blocking this opportunity for someone in the collective has actually just fallen through. Because the prudence, this is prudence, work they put in behind the scenes has fallen through. This 10 is not, this 10 of swords hasn't materialized for the collective, or if it did, it was temporary, because now they're in this energy, seemingly. You see what I'm saying? That's a reflection here. The water is everywhere here. It's like the moon in reverse. The king would also understand Pisces energy, so they can see what happened here because they've got that greater understanding of how they were manipulated, perhaps, or they can see how others were manipulated in the process. This high priestess, right? This is also watery energy, right? This is also Pisces energy, and this rules this, right? You see what I'm saying, collective? How all of these, the kings here, the high priestess is here. These are two aspects. See, this has been the masculine and feminine polarities. This is a higher divine power, right? And this is the ruler of one of the rulers of Bria. If this is in reverse, well, they can see that. They can see it a mile off if something isn't right. Their intuition is on fire. The page, they evolved from this, and they can see other people in this energy. You can see it a mile off because that's your intuition. That's the point in development, is that you're no longer a slave to other people's games and their nonsense. And there will always be something to learn in life, collective. I'm not making it like once you reach this stage you know everything. Of course not. You know, wisdom comes over time, and you know, as they say, the most intelligent person knows that they're always a fool because there's always something to learn. And the fool is here even learning. Someone is learning from that higher mind and knowing what it is they want to achieve in life. This can speak about a twin flame or a marriage, a home, some celebration, a rite of passage. It's not necessarily spiritual, but it is something that's very important, you know? And you can see here underneath with the Fool and the High Priestess, someone has a higher state of mind and they're starting a new journey here. This didn't stop them. It was only temporary because this is slow and steady wins the race anyway. So if you think it's in reverse and then something was stagnant, well, the Ten of Pentacles is here. So what exactly did they stop? In other words, the universe intervened here on purpose so that whatever needed to be exposed was exposed. And then now it's like, well, you're still moving. They're still moving anyway. You can't just stop someone's horse. It's silly. You see this here, the Nine of Wands in reverse, right? This can speak about, for me, a spiritual warrior, the Sagittarius energy. It's like in reverse, that's the energy they're now in because now they're in a state of lack, maybe apathetic even, right? Exactly. right? Because they can see the collective has come out of this energy of being in a self-imposed mental prison. This mental magic that they try to impose, this mental manipulation, has fallen through because the excuse me, because the collective is now in this energy, the Lord of earthly power, which is your own realm. It's not over other people, it's over yourself. How you manifest, how you build your businesses, your home. It's why would you want to try to stop that? You know what I mean? Like why people seem to have a lot of time on their hands. And that's very interesting to me. You know, like people seem to be so craven for other people's things. I was just having a conversation the other day with myself, might I add, on one of my little books, but still, I was just trying to get my head around why people are so hell bent on trying to destroy opportunities for other people. I don't ever recall being like that. I was always the person to egg people on and root for people, and then in the end you see that people are doing spell work on you or working against you or leaving you or counting you out, and it's like, well, okay, fine. These things happen. And I'm not in any way caught up on it. Not anymore. I mean, I was for a time. Those are people I consider to be family and friends collective. But it's not to go through life being hateful. We all become mature adults and we can say, well, okay, fair enough, things didn't work out, or everyone's got their own pathway in life. Certainly, I enjoy being the lone wolf. Following my intuition in life. And here with the mage, let's keep on going. We have the mage over this side, and we're going to keep that. And yeah, look at this, the Two of Cups. We're going to keep that one because we were just speaking about perhaps this is a twin flame energy. If I'm speaking for somebody like that, the Two of Cups can also be your connection to Spirit Divine. And you can see here where we've got the Magician and we've got the Caduceus here. Looking at the way that it is, reaching up to the sky, reaching up to the stars, reaching up to your highest potential, utilizing intellect here with Gemini energy because you're flowing on the landscape with the universe. This connection that you have can't just be destroyed because somebody picked up a couple of candles, to be fair. They may think they stalled you, and that's okay, right? But the universe lets people think these things. At the end of the day, if you know how to alchemize energy and you are working on yourself anyway, then it's just a slight obstacle. You know, it's not exactly people the hubris on people. It's not. But that's just life. That's just life. One more. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. It's like no matter what happened here, whoever I'm speaking to in the collective, or the collective is watching for someone else, it's like, well, just know that you're all right. Look at this. Like, whoever you are, collective, it could be that there's a love offer coming towards you because maybe someone's protecting you here. But as we have the King of Cups here, remember? So, and we have the water energy here. You can see the water at the bottom, right? And then the water again here, right? But this one's in the upright. And this one's here in the upright here, the Two of Pentacles. They didn't affect your emotional stability. They didn't affect your integrity. If you were loving someone collective, or no matter what, whoever this is that came against you, even if it's your own mind, by the way, because we can also be our own worst enemy, well, it didn't stop you. It just helped to build your intuition because there's intuition for me in the minor, and we've got the High Priestess here. And in some way, the Fool also follows their intuition. And the Two of Cups here, it didn't stop you from loving whoever you loved. It could also be that if they try to, like I said earlier, with strength in reverse, and they try to knock your confidence, your self-love, and your sense of personal security, well, it may have been temporary, but you've got that again, because this can also be self-love for me as a reader, right? And because of that, the universe is gifting you something here. It could be gifting you with the knowledge of your own resolve, gifting you with the knowledge that you're not weak, and you were never weak in the first place. You were a whole being who was capable of achieving these things that you wanted to, and they just tried to stop you because they felt like it. Well, that's nice for them. That's nice. That's real nice. But really, they're just projecting their insecurities. And like when you see that people are projecting their insecurities, you can also understand how you possibly did them in the past, collective. Because nobody's above that. We all have toxic traits sometimes where we get things twisted, or instead of perhaps instead of responding to a situation, we react off and we let our emotions run away with us. And I just flipped through these collective, and this Nine of Pentacles came out, this self-actualization energy. This can also speak about understanding your environment, right? Understanding the parts of you that are external to you and how that relates to you, hence the self-actualization. It's not necessarily material things, but it can be, well, how did I do that? Why did I do that? When did I, you know what I mean? It can be actually analyzing self and having a psychological standpoint and saying, okay, let me look at my life objectively. Perhaps you've been online to do a personality test. Maybe you've done a VAC test. Maybe you've done a personal beliefs test, or whatever it might be. Something, where you've reached out and you thought, well, how can I improve on self? How can I step forward into my life in a constructive manner? Because the worst thing, especially when you become enlightened, you go through a dark night of the soul, and you can realize, it can be a drastic realization that people hurt you, yes, but also that you may have hurt people unintentionally as well. So how does that reflect, and how can you improve? Because as I usually say on this channel, collective, nobody's the villain 100% of the time, and no one's the hero 100% of the time. We all have moments where we can allow ourselves to, I think, to flutter off is a very kind way to put it. But, that's just life, collective. If anybody tries to hold you ransom and make you think like you owe them a favor, or you should be there bowing and scraping to their needs, maybe because you made one little mistake, or on the flip side, maybe they made a mistake towards you and they're trying to force forgiveness onto you. They're trying to force you to love them and force you to accept their forgiveness, because apparently, because you're a decent human being, then you should be doing that and we should all get on with life. Well, no, collective. You should not be forced into forgiving anybody. People behave badly, and that's life. You don't have to, if you want to walk away from it, you can walk away from it. If you want to live a life in a house with somebody like I do at the moment in silence, then I do. Keep trying to speak to me, and I just say nothing. Because it just goes round in circles. It goes round that, anything I say gets used again. And it's no. I'm not trying to, get other people to look bad. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm just giving you honesty. I'm trying to show you, collective, that especially when I do my readings, it can come from a personal place. It can come from my own personal experience. I'm not just, reading stories and, it's personal to me. And I'm sharing that with the collective. I have no issue in exposing, you know, my insecurities sometimes, or when I have been insecure in the past, or, things like that. Why not? As a reader, is that not our job as a light worker? To share our own personal experiences, and that other people, we don't go through life saying, I'm going to inspire you all. Like, that's not my outlook. But if someone can see that, they maybe they feel less than, we'll just know that we've all felt less than. We've all had times where we felt inadequate, or when people try to make us feel inadequate, or being lied to, or whatever. And that's all right, because we can forgive, you know? Just because someone may have, done something that we didn't like in the past, does that mean to say we stop loving them? No, not necessarily. Forgiveness. You know, I think maybe for some people, collective, they could be in this energy because they can still, that after everything they did, and everything they did maybe to you and your divine counterpart, or to your soulmate, or maybe to someone you loved, or consistently to you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again with all these swords, you still came out of it the other side, still willing to embark on a new journey with emotional intelligence. They didn't knock your personal stability. Instead, you came up with strength and pride. You're still working towards your dreams, aspirations, and you have a level of wisdom that is only there because of what you went through. So, in other words, they made you stronger anyway. All their bad behavior was for them, I guess. You can look at it and say, actually, all their bad behavior was to help me develop, grow, and now I'm here, happy to be of service to help others. No one's looking for martyrdom. Absolutely not. But you're certainly not there to be treated like a piece of dirt, collective, and to be made to feel like you deserve to be in the gutter just because you're following your dreams and aspirations. No. People behave badly and they want to make you look bad. And that's the point, collective. If people want to try to make you look bad, in that moment, they're just telling on themselves. Because if they didn't do anything in the first place, then why would they need to be covering their tracks? We're going to do, yeah, okay. Let's make a start on the Fool, actually. No. Yeah, then look at this. The Four of Wands came out next to the Four of Wands in reverse. Whatever they tried to do, collective, like I said earlier, it didn't happen. It's still happening. They didn't stop anything. This dark night of the soul was necessary for maybe two people to come together, stronger, wiser, a power couple. It could be that if this was something that you were working on, maybe a business, and this was going to be your celebration, well, if they thought they stopped it, I'm here to let you know they didn't, collective. Because, yeah, you may have gone through this, but to each obstacle you go through is necessary. You know, it's like when you learn a new subject, well, you're like naturally the brain in itself will always put up barriers because it's something new to learn, and that's why it's so difficult at the beginning. Like when you start training, for example, up in the morning, or making sure you make time in the evening, or make sure you find the right program. You know, these are things, but it's trial and error, and you work your way through it. So inevitably, it may seem like you had to take a long road. It was tough, but inevitably, that had to happen anyway. You ended up having more substance of self, and maybe it was they tried to affect your business, right? And you kept on, you kept on barrier after barrier, blockage all the time, roadblocks, and then you think, hang on a second, if I didn't go through all of that, then I wouldn't have the experience that I have now. And it's not that you get an easier ride, but you can at least work smarter because you had to go through those struggles in order to get where you were anyway. So indeed, these people who may have done spell work on you, that's their way of taking the easy route. These people that try to manipulate you, that's their way of taking the easy route. Because clearly they saw you as a threat. Because as I always say, if people come at you, collective, it's because they want something from you, not the other way around. If you're busy in your lane minding your business and people are coming at you, well, exactly. What is it they want from you? Remember that. Yeah, look at this. Here we've got the, they didn't stop anything. This Knight of Wands, a spiritual warrior, is still able to turn that around. That's still somebody who's in the court and would know the lay of the land if we look at it here, because the castle's in the background. This is the lay of the land, right? So, well, this is the land, farmland, whatever it may be, the court. Well, this is somebody who rules the court. Well, who's a part of the court, somebody who knows it inside and out. So this may have happened because this happened. Now you are understanding the lay of the land, your own personal land, your internal world, your business, or whatever it may be. You had to do more research. You had to reach out to more people, find people that had more experience than you. It was necessary. And now you can charge forward because they might speak about movement. This King of Cups here, can see that indeed that's part of this energy collective. When we look at the King of Cups here, if this is emotional intelligence and your integrity, as it were, right? Well, you can see here that on this bush, all of these pentacles look all dead and cracked, right? This entity here is looking down at that, but in front of them is this pentacle and a rose. It's like you had to go through these things to know what was for you and what wasn't. Just because something didn't work out doesn't mean to say that there isn't something beautiful in front of you or something that is coming towards you. They may have thought they destroyed your livelihood or whatever it may be, but in actual fact, some fruit was yielded down here with the pentacle, and it's exactly what you needed. So thank those people, collective. Thank those people for trying to destroy your world. Thank those people because they're still charging forward anyway. And more water energy with Cancerian energy here. Pisces twice, Cancerian energy here. Strength in the reverse. The Chariot came back. Yeah. Somebody followed their heart anyway. Somebody followed the universe anyway, right? Because this is Boaz and Yakin, so these are the pillars either side. When we look at the center here, this is Hermes driving the chariot, but this could also be seen as you if we look at interpersonal communication as well, it's all the same. How we interact with ourselves in the universe. So when we look at it like that, well, the universe was driving anyway, right? And you were there not just for the ride, but you can only have control over yourself. So indeed, they may have thought they created this for you, but you can only control yourself anyway. So here you are, evolved from this. You see this as a lesson, not as something that was, perhaps for a period of time you were in the energy of how could they, or self-pity, and that's natural. It's natural, of course it is. When sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, and you're just like, you keep on asking yourself why. That's the truth here at the bottom of the deck. But the truth has been exposed here in some way. To have the Chariot here with the Ace of Swords, some truth has been exposed about a situation here, even if, and that's the reason why you come to the 10 here. We just had the one with the Ace, that's Keter, right? That is the core of the element. And then we've got the full emanation here, the final emanation with the 10. It's the end of this difficult cycle because the lessons have been learned. What you needed to learn so you can step forward. Or charge forward here with the Knight of Wands and the Chariot. The Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a truth speaker, right? It could be that someone's speaking, like now, seeing that, maybe somebody was made out to be, I think the word I'm looking for is lily-livered, somebody who they thought was weak here, but in actual fact, they're a truth speaker. And if they thought this was you, collective, well, now you can speak the truth of your experiences and what you've been through, right? You now hold the sword of truth. And nobody can take that away from you because it's your life experience. What are you going to do? How dare you speak about your own life? No, that's not going to happen. Yeah, let's face it. Indeed, with the Queen here, these can also be business owners. Like, how dare you speak about your career? Really? You're going to stop me from speaking about my own business, my own career, my own life? Are you mad? Right? Queen of Swords in reverse. Excuse me, King of Swords in reverse. The Hanged Man, the Fool in the upright with the Nine of Swords again. Yeah, this is being seen as a life lesson. The strong Pisces energy here, this Neptunian energy as well. Pisces is all over this, but this reading today seems in a more positive way. The watery energy is actually what's cleansed. The term I just heard in my head was be the water that shapes the rocks. Right? This didn't destroy you, instead, it helped to shape you. Indeed, like you see this here with the King of Cups. It's somebody who's been through hell. The King and Queen of Cups, they're people through hell. But they've learned to master their emotions in the process so that people use it against them. Well, that's secondary. It's not about the other person, is it? But when you have control of yourself, you can't, I think it was Marcus Aurelius that said, if you don't feel hurt, then you haven't been hurt. Right? That's very powerful. That's very, very powerful. Right? If you don't feel hurt, then you haven't been hurt. So you could, interpret that multiple ways. Perhaps like this, right? You reframe it that it was a lesson. So it can no longer have an effect on you. Instead, it's a lesson. It's no longer pain. The pain was there in the past. It's not there now. Good for you, collective. If you are enjoying this reading, collective, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, because these messages then can reach more people in the collective, and I'd really enjoy having you as part of the community as we grow. That'd be awesome. I really enjoyed doing my readings, collective. Here we have the King of Swords in the upright. Yeah, the King of Swords in reverse over here. They thought they had this person stagnant. That's not the case, though, is it? Because the King of Swords is a truth seeker, right? The data was gathered on the whole situation, or is being done so. This is called the universe, spirit, divine, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Well, they dealt with this. This was sorted because it was meant to happen anyway. It could have been that you were blocked from something past because you needed to grow and learn. No hastiness with this energy. With most of them, actually, with all of the kings and queens, there is no hastiness because they understand that, nothing good ever came overnight. It's a case of, well, you sit on your throne and you create as you create. There's no rushing it, These two work on data. So all the data needs to be gathered to come to an informed decision. The Queen of Cups, we've got a pair here. Could be a power couple because that's come up twice now. We've got the King and Queen of Cups, the King and Queen of Swords, all in the upright. Yeah, this is interesting to me, collective. This Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. It's these lotus flowers. They can speak about aspects of your soul, right? If we look at the chakras, And if this can speak about wisdom, dynastic wealth is not necessarily something material. It can also be wisdom. The wisdom that came from following your intuition and the wisdom that's coming to you. Almost like rejuvenation, you know? It could be that something came to light that was the last piece of the puzzle here that has helped you to move forward, that you can charge forward. You know, you listen to the universe here. And whatever false foundation this was, like whatever people were doing behind the scenes here to create this Ten of Swords for you, has now reflected back to them, and the universe has intervened here. The Eight of Wands can also speak about grandeur, or being passionate about God, being passionate about Spirit Divine, or the universe, indeed. So not religious or spiritual, and maybe it's a psychological standpoint you take, then I suppose this could be seen as something a little bit different. That you're learning to understand the universe and how the information flows back and forth, that everything in the universe is about information, right? And it's how you respond to that information as you go along. This Two of Pentacles, yeah, the core of the element and the first emanation. The universe is bringing something, it feels like, collective. Like the universe is saying, look, here's the key. The sea is there, you're on land. You have the choice. Now that you've learned the lesson, and we were speaking about water throughout this reading, your balanced waters. It's like, well, now that you can control your own waters, it's like you can step out into the world and you have options in what you'd like to create. You're not just, perhaps it was that you were always a person that was about data, but now you're learning to follow your intuition. Or maybe you were always about the material realm, and now you're learning the higher realms. You're tapping into your creativity, and how that not to just forget yourself and say it's not about data anymore, but how you can be creative with data, or how you can use your material abundance to manifest more. Maybe it's investment or whatever it might be, different ways of saving, or whatever. The High Priestess on the High Priest. I just realized what I was looking at. The High Priestess on top of the High Priestess here. This is definitely someone connecting with their higher mind. This divine feminine power here. So whether you're male, female, or transitioning, it's very powerful energy. Because your connection to the universe is what's important, and to have twice with the moon in reverse here. I mean, we've got power of the watery realms, this is access to the realm of Absolute. This energy holds the keys to the gates of Mercury. And as we were just speaking here about Hermes Mercury, you are flowing with the universe, but also understanding where that flow comes from and how it relates to you, how you relate to the spiritual realm, or how your higher desires manifest within this realm. Yeah, with the Fool. But it took this spiritual awakening to do that. It took this level of personal exposure, yeah, the higher realm. Like I just said, the realm of Absolute. Opportunities are coming through. Yeah. So yeah, opportunities are flowing. You're now in alignment, collective. Okay, we'll take two then. With the 10 of Cups in reverse, we've got the 6 of Wands, Leo energy, and the Death card, Scorpionic energy. This renewal here, look at this. Down here, it's like these cups have cleansed this whole area, right? Where they thought they left you in a state of lack, depression, lovelessness, whatever it might have been, or you understand that actually you have the victory because it was all a part of the journey anyway. And all those elements that no longer served you down here are not important anymore. I mean, they're important in the sense of they're a part of your journey. You don't just let loose parts of yourself that are part of your personal creation, but they're parts of you that you can look at objectively. It could be that you're no longer in a daze, of just looking at the world through rose-tinted glasses. It can be that yes, you love someone, but you understand that you also love yourself as well. That could have also been part of the process. It could have been that you had to find self-love and find your worth along the way. So everything inevitably was meant to be. And while you still love the same person, collective, if I'm speaking to somebody like that, I get it. Now here, collective, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, right? Yeah, this Ace would the Ace of Wands wanted to come back out. What is it they were doing? They were trying to get you, collective, over the Eight of Cups. They were trying to get you to walk away from an opportunity. They were trying to get you to either work against yourself, work against the person that you love, or something like what I'm hearing is to work against what your own true desires were, and that is how these people tried to have control over you. And by true desires, I don't just mean something material. It could be that the way they kept you under control, because we have the Strength in reverse here with the Chariot, is that they try to manipulate your emotions and make you think that you wanted things that you didn't. In other words, people were projecting, for example, say now it's like a family dynamic, right? And in some cases, family members can live through their children or live through their siblings, like things that they didn't get to create. And you can see it like sometimes, and it's like they try to make you believe that their desires were your desires, or their opinion was your opinion, or their means of dealing with situations is the correct way to do it, because perhaps because they're the parent and therefore they must be right. So you took on those ideals. But part of your awakening was that you understand that you have your personal power. And instead, now you're walking away from all these ideals, beliefs, and attitudes that no longer serve you, because you see that really they were just working like these things that you thought did work for you were actually with two eights here, they sort of correlate for me, right? So it's like now you can see that actually it was actually detrimental to what you actually wanted in life, perhaps collective. It could be that if this was you and perhaps you were in a self-defeatist attitude, that while you were working against yourself and you were working on things that really didn't make you happy, perhaps you were in a career that you didn't like, but for some reason you were there and you thought, well, it's good money, it's convenient, but it wasn't your true heart's desire. And now, because these cards have come out here with the High Priestess seeing things from a higher mind, flowing with the universe here, where we've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, right? That now you're saying, well, hang on a second, my mind, in the logical sense, still exists. But with the King and Queen of Cups, and with this alignment, this connection, and this overcoming of what no longer serves you and knowing what your true happiness is, you're actually truly now understanding how to put everything together. It's not about losing yourself in the process, it's about evolving self. Right? You're a whole being. You just lose parts of yourself. There's still a part of you. Those things that perhaps it didn't go so well, or those things that I'm not so pleased that you did in the past, maybe. No matter what that looks like, right? But it defined you now. What's the point in going back and wishing you could change something? Why? How is that going to help? How would you be the person you are now? Because now you understand what your true wish fulfillments are. And then we're in the upright now. Right? There's a rite of passage here. Right? Going after what you truly want, collective. Ancestors are guiding you. I don't know why I just stopped myself then from saying angels, but for somebody, it's their ancestors. And the ten of wands and the 10 of swords. This can be oppression and ruin. But here, what it feels like is the ending of these cycles, the ending of mental blockages, the ending of, this mental trauma that we put ourselves through so many times, And here, with this spiritual energy, this is a lot of spiritual energy to hold and see that they were lit in the past and now they've gone out. But the sun is still in the background, you know? Going towards a whole new town here, city, whatever it might be, if you're relocating. Maybe it's that this new construct in front of you What happened to the... Oh, there it is. Maybe this is what you want now. You can see that with this new wisdom, this is your new wish fulfillment, right? No matter what that looks like to you. But it's something that is close to your heart, here with the Queen of Cups on top of it. And that's what's left these people now in this energy. That's how it manifests, that's how it reflects back at them. What you put out returns. It's not always about positive affirmations. Your conduct and the vibration and frequency that you're in speaks volumes about who you are, you know? And we all have days where we go up and down on the vibrational scale, right? We all have times where we might be, you know, fearful of something, but you step out and you're like, right, well, you know, by not going for it, then how are we going to know? There's sometimes more anxiety in not going for it, you know, like funding for a business, for example. You know, just sat there being like, I've got the cash flow and I've got the business plan. Should I go for it? Should I go for it? But then that can create more anxiety. At least, you know, when you've gone for it and you've given in the documents or whatever it might be, then at least if it's a no, you know it's a no. So then you can go through other routes. It doesn't always have to be seen as failure. It's trial and error. That's life, you know? Here, the Empress, most definitely birthing something new. I might as well keep on going just for these four collective. 3, the Magician. Someone's creating what I just say about, because this is Gemini energy, someone's utilizing their intellect and putting their creativity together. And that's being seen. It's been seen. If this is you, collective, good for you. This glow up, as you know, that's the one thing that's missing in modern day spirituality, is a level of logic behind it. Because after all, dreams require plans, right? Otherwise, they're just thoughts. They just stay in the realm of Yetzirah. Don't go anywhere, and it just builds up mental energy. Why didn't I go for that, or why didn't I do that? You know what? Just go for it. You know, if things don't go well, they don't go well. You never know unless you try. You don't know unless you speak, or you speak your truth into your environment. You know, I'm just an honest place, or at very least being transparent. I say it like that, collective, because sometimes, you know, to some people, honesty can sound mamby-pamby. But to be transparent, you know. So we've got the Two of Swords here and the Knight of Swords. Someone here has blocked out nonsense and they follow their intuition and they are charging towards something, a new beginning, this new Ten of Cups or something like that. If this is you, collective, congratulations, because it takes courage to do that. It takes courage to step up into the world. There'll always be naysayers. Let them neigh. Two of Cups and the Three of Cups. There's progression here within this realm. We've got the King and Queen out in the upright as well. This can speak about, you know, perhaps a celebration between two people. This can speak about your personal celebration of you now becoming more wholesome within yourself, because the grapes can speak about the vines, the seed to the vine, to the grape, to the product. And it can go back round. It's the cycle of life, the death and rebirth, right? So it's like this cycle had to happen in order maybe for two people to come together, or for you to find yourself truly, so that you, yeah, find yourself in a cycle that went round, right? This truth of self, these new elements. Remember I said earlier, collective, with the death card? These old elements that no longer served you are now being reinvigorated into a new world that you're creating for yourself. That's beautiful, collective. It's beautiful. This Ace of Pentacles at the end. Let's have a look. Ace of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Ace of Pentacles. You saw me just shuffle this, collective, right? Yeah, look at this. We had the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiterian energy here at the end. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. This outcome is something that is truly aligned with the universe. And we've got the Ace of Pentacles here in the Two, and the Two of Cups as well. Yeah, look at this. We've got the Ace here and here, and the Two of Pentacles here. We've got the Ace here, the Two, the Three here, right? Plus the King and Queen of Cups. Like, there is alignment now. And it's not just alignment, it is the abundance that comes with it. Two of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. You know what I'm saying, collective? Like, this growth, whatever they try to do, just made your world more powerful, just made your personal presence and your personal power more powerful for yourself, stronger for yourself. You don't have to diminish themselves for other people. Why? It's not to go through life giving the big I am. That's not what I'm saying, collective. But you also don't have to have people trying to walk all over you and talking ish in the meantime either. You can let them talk all they want. That's nice for them. But that's life. Right? We're going to get an Angels of Atlantis card just to close this out. One card, please, Spirit. One card. What a reading. I will pick a card. Wisdom. And forgiveness, yeah. Whatever these people did, and whatever you did, collective, please forgive yourselves, forgive them. And I'm not telling you what to do, of course not. But here, that can come from a place of wisdom, your personal growth. Once you let it be, you let it be. It doesn't control you anymore. Go after what you want, go after what you love, go after your aspirations, your desires. Well, thank you very much for joining me here today, collective. And if you would like a personal reading with me, I put the details in the description box below. And as always, collective, please take care of yourselves.